Hey guys, Cajun Reseller here with the 127 and Highway Byway series. This is the first sale of the 127 that I actually filmed at. This Trop Arctic Racing Team jacket, it's Phillips 66, so it looked like a vintage NASCAR jacket to me. Still haven't actually listed it yet, so yeah, obviously hasn't sold yet, but this is one of the first sales I went to. It was on Wednesday as I was driving up to Kentucky. It wasn't really open yet, but I did find some items. It rained a lot, and this item was soaked with water, as you can see there. She still wanted $10 for this car. I was expecting like a dollar or two for that. But yeah, I'm not paying $10 for a soaked car that, I mean, it might sell for, if it's new in the box, it'd probably be worth it a little bit, but not at $10. The item I pick up, I'm going to show y'all in a second, also show y'all one or two of them in the summary. They haven't actually sold yet, so I don't know if they were really that great of a pickup. But these little things right here looked interesting to me. She had $7 marked on them, but they were only actually $3 each. So I did pick up every single one of those little toys for $3. I passed on all the shoes. They all had really dirty mud on them. So this is the Highway 127 series slash Highway Byway sale series, like I talked about in the first clip. Yeah, I went to a decent amount of sales the day zero, which is what this is. Didn't find that much stuff, but I did find one or two items at this sale. As y'all saw, I found that Trop Arctic, whatever you want to call it, racing jacket, I guess, with Phillips 66 on it. Back in the day, I think that was like Todd Bodine, maybe drove that car. I don't know who it was, but that I shouldn't have paid, but I paid like $7 for that probably. I don't think it was really worth $7. I haven't listed it yet, and I haven't really done too much research on it. But from what I looked up, it wasn't really. Maybe it might sell for like 25 or 30, but for $7, I'd like to get more than that. But I also picked up this little toys that I was talking about in that clip. I think I wound up getting like 9 or 10 of them. So I probably spent a good almost $40 at that sale. But none of those have sold yet. Couldn't really find much on those either, but they looked like old vintage toys, so I decided to pick them up. They're all also new, old stock, new in the packaging. So I decided to pick them up and see what happens. Some of them were the same figure, so I listed those as lots with a quantity of like 2 or 3, and other ones I just listed, like, I think I had 4 different ones. I listed those in a big lot, and hopefully those will all sell. I think they were worth like 20 to 30 each, but like I said, the sell-through rate wasn't great. But that's what I picked up at the first sale that I actually picked up something at. Let's go to the next one where I find the best stuff probably of the whole trip. So this is day zero, driving up to Kentucky. First thing I find is this San Francisco 49ers jacket. First thing I find in this clip. It's a really cool jacket. It was a size small, which made it kind of hard to, I'd still picked it up for $5, but if it is bigger size, it probably would have sold faster. Still hadn't sold yet as of me filming this. But the best item I find, y'all saw, if y'all watch my What Sold videos, y'all saw it there. Jinko jeans. Sold, I paid $1 for them. I'll tell you what I sold them for in the summary. But yeah, if you can find Jinko jeans with the slug on them, or any kind of Jinko jeans that are vintage, they're definitely worth some good money. And by good money, I mean like a couple hundred. That's just a preview. But yeah, I look at all the plush and toys that are here as well. I don't see anything of consequence that I saw. The Jinko jeans were actually up the road, up the driveway to his cousin's house. So it was technically the same sale. Unfortunately, I did not film at it, or film at that one. I didn't realize they were worth nearly that much, and I guess I was in disbelief when I saw the comps that I looked up. They're definitely a Bolo brand, and these wrestlers really weren't. I haven't had a good luck selling wrestlers, so I decided to pass on the wrestlers for this clip until I can actually sell wrestlers for decent money or know which ones to pick up. I'm going to keep passing on them. And I was looking for video games there, but all they had was DVDs, so I decided to pass on those. Plush, nothing of great that I saw. I did look through all of them, but I didn't find anything worth selling. So at this sale, yeah, like I talked about in the clip, I find the Jinko jeans. Y'all have seen me talk about them in the What Sold videos, or maybe in my shorts that I put out, the What Sold short videos. Yeah, I paid $1 for those Jinko jeans, and yeah, I put them on auction for $2.99. They got a bid right away, and then I had multiple people offer me, say, I will pay $400 right now for them. So I debate. Obviously, if an auction already has a bid, you can't. When you can cancel it, but it's not a very good idea to do that. So I wasn't going to cancel the auction that had already had a bid and sell to that person for $400. Now, if they'd offered like $600 or $700, I still wouldn't have done it, just because out of principle, you shouldn't do that on eBay. But it would have been more tempting to than just a $400 offer. I figured they'd probably go over $400, and they did. Like I said in the clip, they sold for $455 plus like $10 shipping or something like that. Very good sale there. If you can find Jinko jeans with the slug on them. You should definitely be picking them up. I had no idea they were worth that much money. I just saw the slug. I looked up basically Jinko slug jeans, and I saw there weren't very many listed, and there were more sold than there were listed, and they sold for over $200 or $300. So I was like, I am definitely picking these up. I should have looked more at that garage sale. Unfortunately, like I said in the clip, I did not actually film that part of the garage sale. I filmed the part where I found the 49ers jacket that's worth about $100, and that hasn't sold yet, but I'm sure it will. It's a small size, which is why it hadn't sold yet. But yeah, I also picked up one or two other items. I don't remember what they were exactly, but yeah, if you can find Jinko jeans, you should be picking them up. My best find of the whole Highway series, obviously. One item that I paid $1 for sold for $450. It's hard to beat that. Let's go on to the next clip. This sale always has a lot of breakables, but I did find a good item, this Jason Williams jersey, Memphis. I didn't realize it was Jason Williams. All I saw was Williams on the back. I did look it up while I was at the sale just to make sure, but for $3, it's hard to pass on a jersey, especially when you can, kind of figure out if it's authentic or not. It looked authentic to me based on what I've seen in the past. All the other clothing I do pass on. It was more like women's clothing and nothing that looked like jerseys or any good brand that I'm used to seeing. So, sometimes this is like day zero. So sometimes if I'm on the first day of the sale, I will look closer at clothing because I know no one else has really looked at it yet. But same with any item, I guess, really. But glass, I decided to pass. Glass, I just don't have the knowledge that I need to be able to pick at a yard sale. I don't want to Google lens every single item and take forever sitting at a sale. So usually glass, unless it's something I really recognize as being good or a good pattern or just a brand I recognize, I'll usually pass on glass if I'm at a garage sale and I'm picking, especially also all these little figurines as well. Salt and pepper shakers I might have picked up if they were cheap enough, but on this day, I don't think I really was interested in picking up salt and pepper shakers. I've been to this sale for the second year in a row now. I'll probably go next year as well. It's along the route as I'm driving from Tennessee up to like Harrodsburg, Kentucky, which is where I usually stay for the first night. And yeah, I think I actually went all the way past Nashville this time, and then I drove from Cookeville, I think is where it was, all the way up to Harrodsburg on the next day. And as I'm going, I'm stopping at these sales, like this one right here where I found the Jason Williams jersey. This was a rarer jersey, probably worth around $70 or $80 like I talked about in the clip. I paid $3 for it. So yeah, anytime I see a jersey, I'm going to at least look at it and maybe pick it up. I did pass on all the other glassware. It's just, like I said in the clip, not worth my time to try and look it up, and I just don't have the knowledge to be able to do that. So yeah, let's go to the next clip. Here's another church sale, the first one I went to of this sale. Did pick up 3 of those hubcaps. Unfortunately, they only had 3 and not 4, but they were only $5, so even though it's not a current model vehicle, sometimes old car parts can be worth some decent money. If someone's looking to replace one on a car they're, redoing or whatever. Usually no one's going to, I think that was a Buick maybe. Yeah, I doubt people are like restoring Buicks, but you never know for sure. I look at the shoes as well. I don't remember what they were asking. I can't remember if they had like a sign that they probably did. At church sales, they usually have signs that say what they're asking. I did pick up that thing as well for $3. Probably not worth it. Usually the ones I saw listed on eBay were like multiple of that same thing together. So I only saw one. And even if I'd seen multiple, I probably wouldn't have picked them up at $3 each. One thing I need to do more lately is look at bags like that on the wall. Bags can sell pretty well if you can find the right things. Baskets also do, but I didn't find any Longaberger. We're kind of in the area here. This is Kentucky. For Longaberger baskets, I think they're mostly manufactured in Ohio. So usually, if you can find them, they're worth some decent money. They do cost a decent amount to ship because they're big and bulky, and you have to have the right box, but they don't weigh very much because they're just little, baskets made out of whatever. So they're usually pretty easy to ship weight-wise. The figurines, like I said in the previous clip, unless I see something I recognize, Disney or something I've sold in the past, I'm not going to pick them up at a sale. I'm not going to sit there and scan them for whoever knows how long. I do believe I passed on these little ceramic figures. Debated picking them up, but they didn't have any markings on them that looked valuable to me, so I decided to pass on them. So yeah, and then there's also bedding and stuff like that, but unless it's a Disney pattern that I recognize or some other brand of thing that I've sold in the past, I'm going to pass on them. And the toys, there wasn't really any toys here. I did look through the toys pretty extensively, but I couldn't find anything really worth my time to pick up and try and flip on eBay. This is also another sale that I went to last year. Seems like a lot of them do do these annually. This was a church sale, so church sales you never know what you're going to find at. Luckily, so they're not going to hold on to all the items from the last year and re-put them out like some people probably do. So yeah, the church sale was really good. I find these Buick hubcaps. Like I said, only found 3. Wish I'd been 4. It'd be easier to sell. I haven't listed them yet, but I think they'll be worth some decent money. I paid $5 for them. So yeah, $5 you can't pass up. Vintage hubcaps that are in decent condition and will probably sell for probably close to $100 when it's all said and done. And I don't think they'll actually be too hard to ship. Just got to find a box that they'll fit in. Let's go to the next clip. The last clip for this video involves a PS3 with Stitch and Angel from Lilo and Stitch on it. Pick up the PS3 and 2 games for $10. She was asking $1 each for the games and $10 for the PS3, so I said, how about $10 for all of it? She agreed, because I don't know if that PS3 works. If it doesn't work, it's really not worth much, but one of the video games is probably worth around 10. The Oogie Boogie plush y'all saw right there, I debated getting him, but I decided to pass on him. He wasn't worth it, unfortunately, and that was her kid's plush, so I wasn't going to take her kid's plush for, $3. It's only selling for like 30 or 40, so yeah, not really worth picking up. This is the last sale for this video. I did 5 sales in this video. I'll try and do like 5 in each video probably or something like that. Depends on how many I actually went to. But yeah, I find a PS3 at like 11 o'clock. I think this is on day 1. So this is actually the first day. So Thursday of the garage sales. I think I went down into Danville for this day and then started heading back up to Harrodsburg where my hotel was. But yeah, I find this PS3 at like 11:30 or 12 o'clock. She was asking $10 for it, and I asked, and the games were like $1 each. I think I asked, would you take 10 for this PS3 and 2 games? She said, sure. So I think one of the games was probably worth around $10. None of the games were really worth too much. There was a decent stack there, but most of them really weren't worth much. The Oogie Boogie plush that I talked about in the clip, I was going to buy that if it was like $1 or 2, but then she said that's not for sale. So I guess I think she had the little kid with her. She put the little kid in the playpen, or whatever you call that, pack and play. And the kid wanted nothing to do with it. So she had to go get the kid and bring him back over there to where they were. And so she left the plush there, but she said that was not for sale. That was his or hers. I don't remember if it was a kid or it was a boy or girl. But she said that the plush was not for sale. It's really only worth $30. If it had been worth like $70, I would have been really disappointed. But it really wasn't worth too much. But I mean, it would have been fun to pick it up just because Oogie Boogie is a fun little character from the Nightmare Before Christmas series. But yeah, unfortunately, it was not for sale. That's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like. Comment with your favorite item. Obviously, the Jinko jeans. Although they technically weren't in the video, I still included them in the video. So I guess out of the items in the video, I will say the 49ers jacket was really cool as well. For $5, it's hard to pass that up. And subscribe. Thanks for watching.